welcome back to today's talks. This is Timothy Arnold here today to bring you the day's most controversial news. Today's talk will be interviewing Prime Minister Stephen Harper about the immigration policy and their new point system. As a country that brings in the eighth most immigrants, the Canadian point system has changed drastically, making it increasingly difficult to immigrate to Canada. To talk about this change, we are now switching over to Alex Drew, live on set.
Thanks, Tim. Well, here we have Prime Minister Stephen Harper to discuss the changes to the point system since it was first introduced in 1967 to when it was changed in 2002. Well, Mr. Harper, let's get started with the basics. How many points do you need to immigrate to Canada?
Well, Mr. Drew, you need a total of 67 points out of 100 to immigrate to Canada.
What abilities will you earn points?
We gave a total of 25 points for education, 24 points for knowledge of English or French, 21 points for work experience, 10 points for age, 10 points for adaptability, and 10 points for prearranged work.
And what were the previous stats?
Back before 2002, it was a 50-point minimum. We gave 20 points for education, 10 for experience in community colleges, 10 for demand in Canada for occupation, 10 for your age, 10 for prearranged employment offer, 10 for knowledge of English or French, 15 for adaptability, 5 if you had a relative in Canada all ready to assist, and another 5 depending on where you want to settle in Canada.
Why was the minimum point requirement increased by 17 points?
Even if we did increase the point requirement, we have made it much more simpler to make sure Canada's economy remains strong. If we did not enforce our immigration policy, we would not have the citizens that could work and benefit the economy. You must understand that we cannot have everyone living off welfare.
The policy was strengthened. Education was heavily forced on. Without scoring high on education, it is very hard to immigrate to Canada. With education holding more and more value every day, how does this reflect in the immigration policy?
Well, as you stated, education is held in a high regard every single day. Education is given very high priority because all the high-end jobs require very educated people. These jobs need more people to run them, and as a result, we want to enforce it through our policy.
So, how do you distribute points for education?
Okay, so if you have a secondary school diploma or less, you will receive a total of 0 points. If you have 1-year diploma, trade certificate, or apprenticeship, and at least 12 years of full-time study, you will receive 12 points. If you have 1-year diploma, trade certificate, or apprenticeship, or at least 13 years of full-time study, you will receive 15 points. If you have a 1-year diploma, trade certificate, apprenticeship, and at least 14 years of full-time study, you will receive 20.
Of refugees. With the Syrian crisis on the rise, why hasn't Canada stepped in?
Well, there are millions of refugees on the borderline of Syria and Turkey. If we allow Syrian refugees in Canada, the number of people on welfare would increase and taxes would rise. It would severely degrade our economy.
Even with these factors, there must be a safe number of refugees we can let in and still be able to maintain our economy.
We have already helped in many crises and admitted many refugees over the course of a few years. We were a key role in many catastrophes, and we have admitted many refugees. This is the time for other countries to step in and take charge. We have played out our part, and some others must play up our mantle.